course this shit flopped. Hey friends, my name is Antoinette Chanel and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I know that I have not posted any content about Meghan or Harry lately, and it's because the two of them are so boring. They're no fun to watch, they're no fun to listen to. That's why they can't seem to get any traction on their projects. It's also why I couldn't get any traction on my videos doing breakdowns of that god-awful Netflix series she released. Plus, there's just more pressing things happening in the world right now that have got my focus and attention. So that's why I haven't covered them lately, friends. But let's go ahead and cover this season 2 flop, shall we? According to my notes on Rotten Tomatoes, season 2 has the very low score of about 20% among critics. That's fantastic. Audiences scores are also low at 27%. Gee, God, you guys are overachievers. Metacritic reviews average around 37 out of 100. So, a lot of the criticisms are the same ones that we have, friends. She's not relatable. This does not seem realistic. The friendships and interactions that we're seeing on screen do not play as authentic. Lots of style over substance. That's very big for Meghan. Pacing and engagement is another complaint people have. Sometimes these sections will drag on forever, and then other times she crams a bunch of stuff in and you're just left with questions. Here's my thing, though. Why are we calling this season 2? This is season 1 with an intermission. None of this is new content. They recorded this content when they recorded the other content. And I think it's very clear that Netflix did not have much faith in this series just by the fact that they just dead weighted the episodes onto the platform. Like, usually when a show has hype or anticipation, they will drop the episodes week by week, but with this one, they just throw it up there. Just get it off the plate. I personally wasn't going to subject my eyeballs or brain cells to season 2 because I saw that one of the guests was going to be Chrissy Teigen, and I don't Chrissy Teigen. If you're wondering why I don't Chrissy Teigen, as a survivor of suicidal ideation, the idea of an adult telling a minor to go take a dirt nap just makes me cringe. She's weird. I think her face is weird. Her husband's weird. I don't Chrissy Teigen, y'all. And at this point, I can't help but feel that the cracks are really starting to show. Meghan and Harry have been out of the royal family for 5 going on 6 years now. And when they did this whole Megxit storm off because they couldn't get their way, they were supposed to be projected to be earning millions and millions. Everybody wanted a piece of them. Their brands were just skyrocketing. Their net worths have increased, but I don't think that that's because they are necessarily profitable people. They've purchased a home in Southern California. That's one asset. Their ties to charity give them additional assets. Harry supposedly had a visit to the UK and he saw his father. I think the headline that I saw, I did not read the story, but it said that he was seeing his dad for the first time in 18 months. And I read that and I was like, really? Has it been 18 months? 18 months of Charles taking off on the helicopter as soon as you arrive, huh? 18 months! And there's been some speculation online that this is the bridge that Harry is forging so that he and his family can come back to royal life. I think that he will be welcomed back. I think the children would be welcomed anywhere, but I don't think Meghan would be welcomed back. Not to the royal family, not to the palace, not to the UK. UK press has been especially biting about season 2. They have been very critical of Meghan, and I don't blame them. For all of the hullabaloo that she likes to stir up when she points her finger of racism at entities and people, I don't blame the British people at all for taking offense to Meghan Markle and not wanting her anywhere within their presence. She never has anything nice to say about them, so I don't blame them for not having anything nice to say about her. I'm still waiting on the receipts that show that they were threatening her physically, that they were coming after her, and that they were writing all of these racist things about her everywhere. I'm still looking for the receipts for that. So is Oprah. I believe that this next year is going to be very crucial for Archewell, their charity that they established after they left the royal family. Because if Archewell doesn't have some substantial profits to show for, then I think the writing will be on the wall to say that Without star power, Archewell is nothing. The only way it gets any sort of even mediocre buzz is to invite celebrities onto a podcast, invite celebrities to come visit Meghan in her fake kitchen. I don't work in the nonprofit sector anymore, but I have a feeling that people who do, people who are well known within the nonprofit circuit, I think that they're probably looking at Archewell for some results. Like, what are the results of all of these international trips that you've taken? And all of this content that Archewell Studios puts out, or Archewell Media, whatever it's called. Y'all, people familiar with nonprofit leadership and how to run a nonprofit are probably questioning, you know, what is the deal with Archewell? It's very unclear if this is an actual charity doing real charity things, or if this is just a vanity project for Meghan and Harry. But my friends, you already know where my thoughts are on that one. Alrighty friends, just a quick one, get some thoughts out of the way. I had to sip a cocktail on this one because Meghan and Harry are just so grating, especially that season 2 of that show that she's got. I can't imagine that anybody at Netflix is enjoying that time that they're spending on set with her, but, you know, to each their own. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps other people on YouTube to be able to find it. Also, if you enjoyed my content, consider hitting the subscribe button. I actually have a Meghan and Harry playlist, so you can watch all my videos that I have on there. I even did a deep breakdown of Courtiers by Valentine Lowe, which was a very insightful book about the events of Megxit. If you want to keep up with me on Instagram, you can follow me at the handle that's on your screen right there. Otherwise, my friends, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye!